if you are watching the replay, tell me where you're from. I never asked that question. I think that's a really great question. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna share this. I'm trying to figure out, I can share this to groups. I would really like to be able to share it to my business page, but that's okay. We're just gonna do this live on my personal page today. How are you guys? How is December going? How are your businesses going? I'm getting lots of like different feedback, so I've been trying to pop on live to help you guys through the holidays, and I'm actually really excited about this one. I'm super excited about this one because I've been doing a lot of like real talk lately, especially if you're on my team, especially if you're on my first line, like you have been like getting it from me. And so this one is a little more like, no matter your level in business, you could be brand new or you could be a six-figure earner. Like I think these top 3 tips are essential for growing your business a little faster. So if you'd like to grow your business a little faster, drop faster in the comments. I think we all want to hurry up. We all want to get places a little bit faster. We're like, how do we do it? Why do some people take off faster than others? Like, what is it that's like, you know, that kind of makes the difference? And I genuinely think these 3 things, like, they're not fluff. These are like 3 actionable things that you could do today. You could literally do these 3 things today, and I genuinely think you would move your business forward faster than not doing these 3 tips. Okay, so if you are ready, drop me some hearts. This will be short and sweet, and I'm very excited to share these tips with you. So, which one do I want to start with? What do I want to start with? I like all 3 of them, and it's so short. I normally do like 5 tips or 10, and I'm like, ooh, 3. Now I really have to like, is there like, I don't have like a certain order that I want to do them in. Okay, breathe. Okay, we'll start with, there's no order. They're just, I feel weird being like, because I said my top 3. I'm like, which one's like my number 1? I'm stalling. Okay, so let's just say number 3. I'll maybe pick an order. Okay, so number 3 would be to find the people in your company that are at the top and follow them. Follow them, watch what they do. The people that like, here's the thing, there's kind of some stipulations around this, okay? But literally like find the top bosses in your company. Like who are like the people in your company? Who's selling the most? Who's sponsoring the most? Who has the biggest teams? Who, maybe like I'm in a makeup company, who does the best makeup videos? Like it doesn't always have to be like the top of like the normal categories or like the highest ranked. Like it doesn't have to be anything like that. Like who is the real like bosses of the company, right? The people really doing the work. The people really like in the day-to-day grind, building their business. The people that are still like working and hungry, right? Because that can be different from the people that are at the top. Let's be honest. We're being honest on these calls. This is like honesty, right? The people at the top are always the people that are like really grinding it out. So it might be someone who's like a mid-level rank, but is just like really crushing it, right? And so anyway, so find these people. You might have to ask around. You might have to ask your upline, sidelines. Like you might have to do some research, digging into, like in my company, we have like a monthly magazine that comes out with everyone's numbers, right? Numbers don't lie. And so like find those people. It might be people that you've never even heard of before. Like the biggest names aren't always, or the people doing the like most work and getting the most results aren't always the flashiest people, right? Like I'm super flashy. I am bold. I am loud. Not in real life. I'm very introverted in real life. I know, shocker. But like I've got purple hair. I like to stand out. Like when I go to a conference, I'm taking selfies with everyone. Like I'm that person. I'm not the best seller. Not the best sponsor. Do have the biggest team, I think. We're close, pretty close to the biggest team. But like, I always tell my team, like, I'm not the best. Like, if you want to sell $10,000 a month, I'm not the person you follow. I'm not. I can show you how to sell a couple $1,000s a month. I do well, but I'm not selling $10,000 a month. So like, if you want to learn sales, don't follow me. If you want to learn how to sponsor, you want to learn how to build a big team, follow me. I train on my personal page. No one else in my company does that, right? I'm a leader. I'm the person who's going to teach you how to lead a big team. I'm not going to teach you how to sell products. I'm going to teach you how to sell products, but like not at like a 10,000 or more level. I can get up there, but not quite there. Do you see what I'm saying? Follow the right people so you're copying the right cat, okay? So anyway, So tip number 3, going backwards, is finding the people that you love. But, this is going to sound creepy. I literally had a notebook when I first started. Not kidding, I should go find it. A notebook, and I would take notes on these people. So I would say, went live and did a shadow sense tutorial. Did a story at the water park, and then did a story about her lunch. And that, like, literally I would take notes. Not joking. Did a sale, shared her link. Like, I dissected everything that the top people did from the very beginning. I would, like, screen record them, and I would listen to their words. I would listen. Like, I had the top sponsor, like one of the top sponsors in our company. I would listen to how she would talk about the opportunity over and over and over again. I would practice. I literally would write down exactly what she said, and then I would read it. And that might sound crazy, but it's a time capsule. Like, if you can borrow their words, if you can borrow their energy, if you can borrow their topics, this topic that I'm like, whatever I named this, my top, what did I call this? I got the topic from Jessie Lee. She is my mentor. She is my coach. So I watch what she does and I do it. She goes live, I go live. She goes live a lot more than I do. But lately it's like, she's going live, I'm like, okay, I gotta go live. Mentor's going live, I gotta go live. Find your online mentors. And it's not necessarily going to be your upline, right? You want to find people in your company that you can follow, because I know you don't believe me, but literally, if you want what they have, you do what they do. I copied my way to the top. Literally, not word for word, but the actions. When they did stories, I did stories. When they went live, I went live. When they did sales, I did sales. I was literally like, okay, if I want what they have, I have to do what they do. And you throw the emotions out the window. You throw the insecurity out the window. You throw the anxiety out the window. You have to just throw all of that out the window. And if you really want what they have, you really do what they do. So find the right people and do what they do, and you'll get what they got, okay? So number 3, find the people in your company and do what they do. Literally take notes on them. Turn it into an action plan for yourself, okay? Next one is this is really probably number 1, but I'm just going to go along with it. It's fine. The next one is to ask questions and to ask better questions. So, like, they're all kind of in one. So the first, like, let's say 2A is to ask questions, and then 2B is to ask better questions. What I mean by that with 2A to ask questions is literally 90% of y'all are scared to even ask questions. You are literally scared to message your upline or your closest leader, or even like maybe you have corporate staff that helps you, right? You're literally scared to message them. And I get that, because you think you're annoying, or you think you're bothersome, or you think. They want to help you. I promise you. Your upline wants to help you. Your closest leader wants to help you. Your corporate staff, if you have like corporate trainers, they want to help you. But you are in a sea of 100,000 people or 10,000 people or even 100 people, and they don't know who needs help except whoever's raising their hand. Are you raising your hand? Because if you're not raising your hand, I love you, but they can't see you. What is my hair doing? They can't see you because you're not raising your hand. There's 100,000 people or more. My company is around 100,000, I think. So that's why I use that as an example. But if you're in a company of millions, if you're in a company that's even 10,000, if you're on a team of 1,000 people, you have to be brave enough to ask the questions, and you have to understand that they want to help you. They literally might be sitting like, here's a good example. Your customers. How many of you wish more of your customers would message you? You wish, like in my company, when a customer messages me and says, hey, just got my shadow sense in, I'm not sure how to use it. Literally, it's like my favorite question. I'm like, I will pop on live right now and show you. Because it gives me direction. I'm like, I know people need help, but what do they need help with? Am I annoying if I do another shadow sense video? Am I annoying if I talk about tinted moisturizer again? Am I annoying if I talk about mascara again? But then when I have a customer who messages me and who's like, hey, kind of need help with winging my eyeliner. Girl, done. I will be on in 30 seconds. Just give me a minute to grab my eyeliner and go upstairs. Done. You wish your customers would message you and ask you questions because it helps you. It helps you to like know what to talk about. It helps you to know that you're helping them, right? It's the same thing with our downlines. It's the same thing with people on our teams, or the same thing with corporate wants to help you. They want to help us, right? And so just understanding that, like, you matter. You, no matter your level, you matter. The questions that you have, 100 other people have, or 1,000 other people have. And I've always, that's actually one of the things that kind of helped me to overcome this, was like, if I have this question, 100 other people have this question, and the other 99 are probably also too scared to ask. So someone has to ask so that everyone gets the question answered, right? So just understanding that, like, you are worthy of asking the questions. And if anything, they literally are sitting there waiting to be asked questions. Okay? So there's that. But then the other thing is asking better questions. And this is that time capsule. This is what's going to move your business forward faster. Okay? So for example, I had a conversation with someone on my first line the other day. I don't remember exactly how it went, but it was a good conversation. I feel like it was. She asked me, she said, I really should have looked it up because I don't remember. So if you're watching, just know that I don't remember the whole conversation. But basically, she said something like, how do I grow my business faster? Something like that, right? Like, it was some sort of question. And I was like, go recruit 20 people. Like, literally, she was like, how do I do something? And I said, go recruit 20 people. And she messaged me back and she said, when you respond with answers that are that big, I shut down. And I said, okay, but you know I'm going to give you a big answer if you ask me a big question. But if you ask a smaller question, I'll give you a smaller answer. Like, if you say, what is one action step I could take today to move my business forward? I'm not going to say go recruit 20 people. I'm going to say go live, or go post in your shorts, or go do follow-ups, right? So sometimes we're actually asking a different question than we're looking for the answer, right? Like, if you come to me and you're like, how do I make 6 figures? Or how do I do this? Or how do I build a giant team? Like, I'm going to say, like, I'm going to like unload on you, right? And then you're going to get overwhelmed and you're going to find me overwhelming, when really, change the question. Change the question to, what is one step I could take today? Or what is your number one tip, or whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? What is one thing I can do in 5 minutes? Change the question. And when you change the question, you change the answer, and you ask better questions and get better answers, is my point. And so anyway, so with all of this, we're talking about moving your business forward faster. So why does asking better questions move your business forward faster? Sorry, my husband. Asking better I'm like, is he coming in? Does he need me? Sorry. When you ask better questions, you're going to get better answers, and it's going to help move your business forward faster. Because don't get me wrong, I want you to be self-sufficient. I do. I want you to be independent. I want you to know how to search for the answers on YouTube, or on Google, or on your team page, or on Facebook. Like, I want you to be able to search and find the answers for yourself. But at the same time, sometimes the answer that you're looking for actually needs, like, an experienced opinion, right? And so just knowing the difference between, like, hey, how do I make a reel? And I'm going to say, go to YouTube and find a 30-second video, or go press the buttons and figure it out, versus, like, like I said, what is one tip, one action step I could take today to move my business forward? Those are different questions, right? Okay, and then the third one, I said 3 and then I went forward, I don't know. 3, 2, 1. So the number 1 tip to move your business forward faster is to do things every single day. Every single day. Success loves speed. You're gonna learn faster when you do something more often. Repetition, 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 repetition. For example, going live. No. For example, I love this example. Don't even know where I came up with it. But for example, if you wanted to bake the very best cookies ever, like, you literally are just on a mission to find the very best cookie recipe in the world, whatever. You bake this, you find like a basic cookie recipe to start out with, and you bake the cookies, and you finish the cookies, and you're like, these are okay, but like, I want them to be a little softer. And then you don't bake the cookies again for 6 months. And then 6 months later, you're like, okay, let's try this again. So then you bake the cookies again and you're like, totally forgot that I wanted to like add more oil. Totally forgot, because it's been 6 months. You're literally not going to remember. And then it's like, but that's literally what some of you guys do. You do your follow-ups like every 6 months, or you go live 4 times a month and expect to get better, versus if you baked the same batch of cookies every single day. So like day 1 you bake them and you're like, I'm going to do it again tomorrow, but I'm going to use more oil. And the next day you're like, these are great, but I'm going to cook them a little less amount of time. And then the very next day you're like, I'm going to cook them again, but I'm going to add a little more sugar. Or the next time you're going to cook them and you're like, okay, I'm going to add a little more chocolate chips. Or, these are so good, but I want chocolate chips and peanut butter chips or something, right? And so every single day you're going to find the best cookie recipe faster. Okay, that might be a silly example, but it's true. You're going to find the better cookie recipe faster by baking the cookies every single day and tweaking the recipe, tweaking the recipe, tweaking the recipe. Guess what? That's how you get better at live video. It's literally how you get better at all of this. Selfies. I had a whole conversation with my accountability partner today about how some of the girls on my team are uncomfortable taking selfies. And she was like, how are they uncomfortable taking selfies when they're in a makeup company? She's not in a makeup company. I was like, they just don't take enough selfies. Like, you take selfies, or you take the same exact selfie every single day, and every single day you tell yourself, I hate this, but you don't move. You don't stand in front of a window. You don't try a different light. You don't try a different spot in your house. Do you guys know? I literally, when I move to a new place, because I've done this a couple of times, when I move to a new place, I literally will spend like 2 hours walking around my house, or like in the morning and in the evening, and I will find the exact right spot to take pictures. The exact right spot with the exact right lighting. At my old house, I had the same exact spot, and I would stand in that spot at the same exact time every single day because I knew that the lighting was perfect. But that took time. It took like thousands of photos, right? And so I had to take pictures. I know that like I normally wear my hair, I normally wear my hair off to the side. If you ever see me like in real life, my hair is parted like this. But I know that on video and pictures, I don't like it like that. I like it in the middle. So whenever I go live or whenever I take selfies, I change it to the center. That might sound crazy, but guess what? It's because I've done 5,000 live videos and taken 30,000 selfies, probably more. And I only know those things because I've done it over and over and over and over and over. And so you get better at live video. When I first started doing live videos, I was terrified. If you have never seen any of my first live videos, let me know. I will tag you. I was literally terrified. But I told myself, I have to go live to build a big business. You know why I knew that? Because of step number 1. I was following all of the top people in my company and they were all going live. And I was like, well, if success leaves clues and every single successful person in my company goes live, guess what? I probably need to go live. I probably can't build a large business without going live if every single top person in my company goes live. And so I was like, okay, I got to get over this. Morgan, you got to get over this. So you know what I did? I did a 30-day live challenge. And I went live every single day. And it wasn't about makeup because I didn't do makeup videos back then. I literally went live about like the health benefits of blueberries or something, like literally like the most random things, just so I could get used to being on camera, just so I could get used to seeing my face and seeing the comments and interacting and all of these different things that I was terrified of that literally made me cry 6 years ago. So anyway, so I did this every single day, and at the end of the 30 days, I was like, that's not as scary anymore. It's still a little scary. Not anything ever like just totally disappears. I'm still terrified all the time, but it's less scary. It's a lot less scary. And I'm a lot like, you know, I still mess up a lot. I still trip over my words, but I'm here showing up, and it's not as scary as it used to be. And I can do it a lot more consistently than 6 years ago. So, the last tip is to do things daily or to do things consistently. Like with follow-ups, do a follow-up Friday and literally don't miss it. Follow up with your customers every single Friday. For me, I do a sponsoring Sunday. If you don't know, every single Sunday I post an opportunity post. Sponsoring Sunday, I post something. Granted, I do a lot more opportunity posts than just on Sunday. But that's something that I built in, was that repetition. Like if you're nervous about offering the opportunity, if you're nervous about posting and saying, join my team, I challenge you to do it every single Sunday. Every single Sunday forever. Schedule it out right now. You can schedule out like 2 months out. Go schedule 8 posts that say something along the lines of, did you know that you can join my team? It's amazing. Here's why, blah, 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 all those different things, right? And schedule it for the next 8 weeks. Go live, do a live challenge. Tell yourself if you're in my company, Makeup Monday, easy. Skincare Saturday, easy. Every single Monday, every single Saturday, go live. You're scared of going live? Go live twice a week. Do your makeup, do your skincare. Every single week, and make it a non-negotiable. Success loves speed. You're gonna move forward faster if you're actually doing the correct actions over and over and over versus when you feel like it. Because you're not gonna feel like it very often, whether you're tired or whether you're anxious and nervous and fearful. Like, set yourself up for success by knowing the actions you need to take in your business and doing them consistently. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. So my top 3 tips are to find the people in your company, and if you want what they have, do what they do. Find the right people. The next one is to ask questions. Know that you are worthy of asking questions. Know that your upline wants you to ask questions. Know that you have a lot of people surrounding you in your company who want to help you. So ask questions. And then once you get comfortable asking questions, ask better questions. Ask better questions. Ask more questions. Be a squeaky wheel. I love my squeaky wheels. Patricia is one of my squeaky wheels. And guess what? She's number 1 on my team right now in sales because she's all up in my inbox asking me questions. Success leaves clues. I have led a lot of people over the last 6 years. I'm going to say this. I'm going to talk about this for a second. I know what I'm talking about because I've helped so many women build businesses, and success leaves clues. This is not my success that I'm talking about. I'm talking about, of the women on my team, who is the most successful and why? They are successful because they're looking at the right people and they're taking tips from the right people. Too many of you are listening to the wrong people. That's a whole nother topic, but you're literally listening to the wrong people. You're listening to people who don't have what you want. Why are you taking advice from people who don't have what you want? It literally doesn't make sense. And so they take advice from the right people. They ask questions. And when they're scared to do something, they do it anyway, and they do it consistently. And so that is the third tip, is to do things that you're scared of, that you need to do for your business, but to do them consistently so that you get over that fear and you become more skilled in whatever it is that you're scared of. If you're on my team, that's probably parties. You're probably not doing enough parties, but I'll do a whole different video. I can do a whole nother video about parties for any of my party plan people. But parties are a really good example of, if you're not good at them or if you're fearful of them, that actually means you need to do more of them rather than less. And so anyway, I will go off on a tangent about that, so I won't. So I'm gonna go. Hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye, guys. Actually, one more thing. I would love it if you would share my video. You don't have to, but if you think this would help anyone, I would love it if you would share or if you would tag your friends. Okay? See, I'm getting better. Bye, guys.